Mumbai and Delhi. Just taking you gentlemen back because you were here with me. 18th of September 2020. The preview. Somebody just said that Delhi and Mumbai are going to be on top of the table.
Give him a badge of honor. Give him a badge of honor now.
Like Joyous, so many is handing them out now. You get a car. You get a car. You get a car.
Next year when we come round in April, instead of all those books, he'll have those badges of honor at the back.
That's right. Just like I have the red tables. What red tables? But we talk about. But here's the thing, right? It's so strange that you're looking at Mumbai, of course, so top of the table who go in, and Delhi. It's really been a tale of two cities almost, right? And Delhi is that kind of city, which in real is also a tale of two cities. But if you see, Harsha, they are going on the back of 4 losses from their last 5 games, which actually tells you 2 things. One is just how brilliant they were in pretty much the first half of the season, or the first 2/3 of the season, right? 7 wins out of 9 games. And then secondly, how the wheels came off in the last 5 games. It's really a tale of 2 teams, isn't it?
They got stuck at the Gurgaon toll naka suddenly. 7 out of 9 and then losing 4. 7 and then losing 4. And they just seem to get it right in the last game. But that's also because Bangalore now said we need 4 on the trot too. So they've got 4 defeats on the trot. Yeah. But there's just been a little inconsistency to their batting. And one of their problems is Shreyas Iyer is a very good batsman who's suddenly become a little conservative, and they aren't getting much from Rishabh Pant. You see, look at the years, last 2 or 3 years, Rishabh Pant has delivered them 2, 3, 4 matches by himself, at least 3 matches by himself. Suddenly this year, we can't recognize Rishabh Pant because he's caught between who he wants to be and he's not getting his timing right at all. He's come having put on a little weight. I don't know if that's the reason that's starting to affect him. But Rishabh Pant at 4 or 5, I think his strike rate in the death overs was 180, 190 or something like that. He was a scary player at the end. Luckily, Stoinis played that role. But I think that's been the issue. The Shreyas and Rishabh, which was that big, solid core in the middle, has just fallen off. They need to pick their game up and be available for the first qualifier.
Joy, I think what is happening to Shreyas is exactly the same affliction we were talking about happening to Warner earlier and to Virat and AB, which is that his 2 key performers, which is his young guns, Prithvi Shaw and Rishabh Pant, he's getting nothing from them, and he was not getting anything from Shimron Hetmeyer as well.
No, I know. But actually, I agree with Harsha. The change they've made actually works for them, because now they have 5 bona fide, really good bowlers. There doesn't seem to be a weak link in the bowling. Otherwise, they would look at that and say, okay, Tushar Deshpande, let's attack him. Or let's attack Harshal Patel. There isn't a bad weak link there. Everyone can get hit. But there's nobody there who you will say that, I'm going to target this guy because this guy is really weak. What's happened also is Rahane is giving a calmness to their batting. It worked for them the last time. Rahane may not work very well if you're chasing 180, 200s. But look, this is a playoff game. You might end up with a lot of tactical 155, 160 kind of chases. Those kind of chases, now that he's got a bit of form, Rahane is not a bad batsman to have instead of Hetmeyer. I like the fact that they can now use it for their foreign fast bowlers. So it's a very interesting thing. Foreign bowling attack, Indian batting, and Stoinis is there to give you stability. It's not a bad team. I think this is the best balance they have in the tournament. Now just one of those guys fires and then Shreyas can feel just a bit more, play just with a bit more freedom. That's all.
I see Mumbai making a lot of changes though. I mean, they'll come back. Changes meaning they'll come back to the side they were. I wonder why Hardik played 2 in a row. I would have played Hardik today for Saurabh Tiwari, and said, Hardik, get some runs, go and get 25, 30 balls in the middle.
Yeah, it's strange, because they don't really say anything, right?
No.
We haven't got any information about, yes, in the previous game, at the toss, Pollard did say we're resting Hardik, right? So, but today you didn't get anything out of that. So, resting somebody for 2 games, Joy, that's unusual at best.
Yeah. But Mumbai has been famously opaque about these things. And I think they like to keep the opposition guessing as well, and not just us, just the opposition wondering, what is it? Does he have an injury? Does he not? Yeah. I think they've just, they wanted to see what the other guys were capable of doing. and they held on for one extra match. But I think there doesn't seem to be any visible injury on him. And I mean, he's just such a game-changing player. I agree with Harsha. It'd be nice to have a run-in before like if you play somebody like a Rohit Sharma today, you should definitely playing a Hardik Pandya and seeing how he goes out.
That's the key. What do they do with Rohit? What is Rohit? Is Rohit fit enough to play the big game? We didn't learn anything today. Yeah, but is he fit enough to play the
good thing for Mumbai is, and the good thing for all the fans of Indian cricket is that he didn't limp off, he didn't walk off, touch wood, he was fine. He was there throughout the innings, even after the game, he was walking around, seems to be all right. So, I mean, if he was auditioning his own body for the playoffs, I think that he's got the part, wouldn't you say, Joy?
Yeah, the audition has succeeded. I mean, it's a different matter that he didn't get off to the best of starts today on his comeback. But, that one thing I'm never worried about Rohit. Rohit has that calm about him. He can get, he's like those great strikers in football. They can have 5 misses. 6th time the ball comes in front of them, they still have no self-doubt. They'll just poke it in. And he's exactly like that. He's calm enough to be able to say, you know what, it may not happen 3 times in a row, but the 4th time, when I hit it, it'll stay hit. He has that.
Absolutely. So Mumbai, you'd see perhaps making, if you predict them, obviously you get Bumrah and Bolt coming in, you get Hardik coming in. So which means that you would have Saurabh Tiwari going out, Dhaval goes out, and one of Coulter-Nile or Pattinson goes out. One of them goes out. So those are the changes that they'll perhaps end up making for the first qualifier. That, of course, is day after tomorrow. The winner of that game then sits around with their feet up or twiddling their thumbs, depending on what your excitement or anxiety levels are. You sit around for 6 days and wait for the next team to come join you to play the final to become champions of the 13th edition. Can Mumbai do it for the 5th time? Can Hyderabad do it for the 2nd time? Or will we have a new winner?